Uh, Sorry, I keep yawning. I'm gonna try not to do that during the recording. Alright.
Stop yawning. That's illegal.
Well, I'm sorry. Can you find it hard to forgive me?
I'm gonna call the FBI on you.
I am the FBI.
No, you're not.
Hello, lovely people of the world. My name is you, and welcome to another Roundtable discussion. And this is going to be a very special one because for the first time in the channel's history, we have a special guest. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, it's me, Pie.
Hi. Oh, we also have Pancake here.
Oh yeah.
Yay, I exist.
Brandon's gonna be here because he's not a Splatoon guy, and James doesn't like us, so, you know, he didn't want to stay up until 1 in the morning to record. But, so, before we get started, because this is your first time on this channel, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself, Pi?
Hello, I am a 20-year-old who likes Splatoon a lot, but I also am an artist and do stuff like that sometimes. Yay.
Yeah! Alongside that, he's also done the voice acting work for Reno and Pearl, my Splatoon Let's Play. He's also the cover artist for my next book, so that's exciting. But let's get to the fun stuff. So, we'll be talking about Splatoon 3 because this is going to be like a super exciting game we're all looking forward to. So the first question, what is your history with the Splatoon series?
I picked up the first game a month after the final Splatfest, only because I didn't have a Wii U until a month after the final Splatfest. And it was the first game I bought for the Wii U other than Mario Kart, which came installed. And I immediately fell in love with it. Like, my art books from 2016 or whatever it was are just solid Splatoon art. And then when Splatoon 2 was released, again, I didn't have a Switch until like 3 months into the release, and then I got it in Splatoon. And since then, I've put in about 3,000 hours. So yeah, I really like Splatoon.
So my history with the series is I didn't get the game until December of I think the year it came out, and normally I'm not really that big of a fan of shooters, but I really like Splatoon because it was just like the most unique thing I'd ever really seen in like a long time, and it was really fun. And I didn't get Splatoon 2 until like a year after its release for the Switch, and that's also a really fun game. So yeah, that's my brief history with the Splatoon series. Really fun. I like it.
So I got Splatoon pretty close to when the first game came out, but it wasn't really until the Spun Up versus Patrick Splatfest in the first game where I started recording footage for it. And since then, I've not been able to stop recording footage for it because I was doing the Let's Play of the first game. That ended in October of the year Splatoon 2 came out, so it was literally just working on one game and then working on the Let's Play for the next one, because I was doing all the Splatfest footage for the second game. And with Splatoon 3, it looks like that never-ending cycle of recording Splatoon stuff is never going to stop, which I'm okay with. And the next question, what are your general thoughts on the reveal trailer for Splatoon 3?
It's very good. Very good. I don't watch Nintendo Directs, I just catch up on them after the fact. Basically, I just go on Twitter and see what's trending to see if there is anything I missed. But this time, my brother was actually watching a Nintendo Direct in the other room, and I was supposed to be writing my final paper for a writing class, and he decided to come out and tell me about it, much to my mother's dismay, and then I spent the next half an hour rewatching the trailer. So yeah, it's good.
So, I thought the trailer was the best thing in that Nintendo Direct. It was, yeah, basically the same. It was a really good trailer, and I was just really excited that Splatoon 3 finally got announced, and I'm really happy about it, so that's all I really have to say.
To summarize my thoughts when I first saw it, oh my gosh, Splatoon 3 is happening! Yes! Yeah, I'm so excited for this because I love the Splatoon series, and Like, there are a lot of people out there who are thinking that maybe the next one won't happen until the next Nintendo console comes out, but I'm so happy that it's happening sooner than later, because I just absolutely love Splatoon. So, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on individual parts of the trailer, which we'll be getting into a little bit later in discussing, but honestly, this is my most excited game right now, probably more so than Breath of the Wild 2, honestly. The next question, what do you think of the Splatlands, the new location for Splatoon 3?
I think it looks really cool. I thought it was interesting with like the upside down Eiffel Tower. My theory is that it's actually the Las Vegas Eiffel Tower, because they show the normal one in the background of a Kelly and Marie picture back from the promo images for Splatoon 1. So the environment looks a lot like Nevada. So that's what I think. But it looks awesome.
So I think the area looks really cool. I really don't have much to say about this because I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare my answers for this discussion. So I just think it looks really cool. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Sorry, that's not really much.
I'm really excited for this because we get to see more of what this Splatoon world looks like. The previous two games both took place within the Inkopolis area, so it's going to be really cool to see what the rest of the world looks like. Now, it is entirely possible this could be Nevada, like Pi said, but my personal theory is that it's the one in France, even though there is that one picture of Calais Marie standing in front of the real one, but, well, the end of the last Splatfest with Chaos vs. Order may have changed the world, so who knows what happened. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm wondering if them leaving Inkopolis for the setting of this game means that there's going to be no returning stages whatsoever with this one. So that's something that could be very well possible. We don't know yet. As long as I have Mori Towers, then I'll be 100% satisfied. And the next question, what do you think of the new Squid Roll and the Squid Surge abilities that they demonstrated during the trailer?
They look pretty neat. It's definitely will make it more interesting when you're in the squid mode. Possibly more ways to get around if you're in the enemy ink. Like you could probably use the roll one to like jump over a puddle of other color ink. I'm mostly interested to see how they're going to incorporate those into hero mode, assuming there is a hero mode. Because it was, they like to use those like gimmicky things in the hero mode, which is really fun. Like the things that you have to use the sniper to get, that I can never remember the name. But I think it's going to be really cool to see how they incorporate them into stages and such.
Well, basically the same as what Pi said. Yeah, I really have nothing to add to that. I did not prepare my answers that well for this discussion. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Sorry.
You're fired, Pancake.
Gator, I swear to God.
Don't you mean swear to COD? Because it's a fish?
I am up to here with you, okay?
But it's really cool to... these new abilities look really cool. The one that jumps higher, I think that's the Squid Surge. That's the one that I'm excited for more so than the other one. Because one nerve-wracking thing that's always really scary when you're playing through Turf War or something like that is trying to get up a wall with somebody up there. Because they can usually predict when you're going to be there, so this offers a new way to kind of play mind games with your opponents, like, are you going to jump higher and trick them to thinking you're going lower or something like that. It's just really cool. It opens up a lot of possibilities for new strategies. I don't know how many more of these new abilities are going to have, but it's just going to be really cool to see. And next question, do you have any thoughts on what we've seen so far from Turf War?
They definitely only showed off new stages, which is very interesting. I want to know more about how the spawn-in actually works, because what I saw, you were able to choose your location anywhere, which means that you could just launch next to another player on the enemy's team. So I wonder if it would work similar to the Inkjet spawn, or if it is still contained to a general area that you can only spawn into that area on the map. I feel like they're trying to eliminate spawn camping with it, but it may make it harder for people already on the board or on the stage to predict when somebody is going to come after them.
It looks like the turf wars are going to be a lot more intense and competitive than compared to the first two games, and it just looks really cool. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say.
I'm loving what they're doing with turf wars so far. I really like the idea of expanding the starting area. I think that opens up a lot of really cool possibilities. Like maybe some stages have multiple spawn areas that you could start with. That would be really cool. So yeah, this is just really exciting to see turf war. And moving on from turf war to the other multiplayer modes, do you think any of them will return, such as ranked battles or Salmon Run or anything like that?
I definitely think ranked battles are going to return because they are like a major portion of what makes Splatoon so much fun to keep coming back to it, because eventually turf war gets tiring, and it's also fun to have that really competitive aspect of it. Hopefully all 4 of the current ones will return with some new ones. I know a lot of the community really hates Clam Blitz, but I actually find it really fun and competitive. I'm also hoping that they add in the multiplayer thing that was going to be in Splatoon 2, but ended up being scrapped, that had to do with the 8-ball from Octo expansion, because they have a lot of the coding for it done. Some hackers were able to get in and actually finish it. So I think it would be really, really cool to see what that was actually planned to be. As for Salmon Run, I don't think it will return, mostly because you have the little buddy, and it would not make much sense to kill his friend.
So, if there are any multiplayer modes that do return, the one that absolutely has to return has to be Clam Blitz, because that is my personal favorite multiplayer mode in all of Splatoon 2. It is the one I spent the most time on and all that sort of stuff. It is my absolute favorite. And if there's anyone that they're going to get rid of, then it has to be Tower Control, because Tower Control is garbage. But, and I don't really think Salmon Run's going to return. I think they're going to replace it with something else. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Clam Blitz is my favorite of the ranked battle modes, so I really hope that returns. And it would be cool if they could bring back some of the scrapped ideas for Splatoon 2, because alongside the 8-ball thing, there's also going to be another one that has something to do with the rocket. We don't really know much about what that one was going to be like, other than the fact that somebody found some coding in it. There's a model in-game that could be finished, but it doesn't really do anything. So it's going to be cool to see what they can do with that. If Tower Control returns, please make it good this time. It was a step in the right direction in the second game, but it still has a lot of problems. And with Salmon Run, I think that one could return, but in a different form, because I don't see them bringing that one back when you have your little buddy and things like that. So maybe it's like some other creature you're hunting down or something like that. We don't really know. But yeah, my biggest wish is I really hope they just have them all available at the same time, because it is like my least favorite thing in Splatoon 2 to just wait around for a ranked battle mode that I like to be available and waiting around for Salmon Run to be open. I just hope they're all open at the same time. And you know, okay, let's add another question in here because I completely forgot about this. On the topic of the little buddies, so let's talk about that for a moment. What do you think of the character customization and the little buddies that they're introducing in this game?
It's so good. So good. You can finally have any outfit on any character and any hair on any character, and honestly, we should have had this from the get-go, but I am so happy that they're finally doing it. I wish they showed us more of the eye selections, but I know they did that on purpose, not showing us them all, because those ones that have like they show the one that's like a black pupil and then yellow and then an orange rim. So if it follows that same order of colors, that means that we're going to have non-black pupils. Like one of them's red, which is like going to be so cool for customization. And I want to see all the hairs, and I want to just it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I think the character customization in this game for what they showed off is the best in the Splatoon series by far. And yeah, it just looks really good. That's all I really have to say.
The little buddies are so cute. I'm excited for that because like it's like you can have a cute little pet with you, and it's just so cute. I'm really curious to see if that's gonna affect the gameplay or anything like that. But even if it doesn't, I'm still happy about this because it's so adorable. But it makes me feel bad for murdering its buddies all these years in Salmon Run. But as for the character customization, I'm very happy with what they're doing. It looks like you have a lot more options. You can play as Octolinks from the very beginning, which is really cool. And I know Pie and I had talked about this on stream before, but I think it's a really cool detail. They're doing the Animal Crossing route where it seems like the character's gender is based off the style you choose rather than just outright asking if you'd prefer to be a girl or a boy. So I find that interesting, but also because the fact that the logo for Splatoon 3 is the non-binary colors. So that is something that's really cool. I hope they go a little bit further, because another thing Pie and I talked about before was the idea that you could have some, what was it we were talking about before? Like wheelchairs and stuff? Like what?
Yes, accessibility for like hearing aids and wheelchairs and like arm braces and stuff that are things that we see in the real world, but we haven't really seen in Splatoon. I think that representation would be really neat.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if they could do that. And one other thing I was just thinking of was, what if you could have the option to have like, to make your Inkling Rockling have Vitiligo or something like that?
I was literally just thinking that. Yeah, that would be cool. That's something that a lot of people wanted in Animal Crossing too, that Nintendo hasn't put in, although you can find some really awesome custom patterns that you wear as face paint that make it happen. But it would be really cool to see it officially recognized.
Oh, the character customization looks so cool. And the next question, do you have any ideas for... Well, we're kind of already answered this one. I was going to ask about any potential new multiplayer modes, so... Yeah, I guess we could ask that anyway. So, yay! New multiplayer modes. Any ideas?
I don't know. I think like a triathlon idea would be cool. I actually had a dream about it like forever ago. But basically it was like you start out with flat zones and like you have to ink the entire area to get to the next stage of it, and then you have to do like ride the tower to the next area, and then you have to take the Rainmaker from the end of that to the end, while at the same time like the other team is doing it. So that even if you're ahead at the beginning, you can't get ahead at the end because you might not be as good at one point of it. I think that would be really cool. Have an idea?
I really don't have any ideas that come to mind right now, so yeah.
Alright, so there's one idea that I've had for a while. I would love for there to be an option so that when you're in your lobby and things like that, there's some kind of way that you could be like a double agent. Like if you're playing Turf War, for example, it looks like you're covering this one area in your own ink, but you're actually covering in somebody else's ink. And like you try to figure out who was a double agent all along, and if you guess it correctly, you get some more turf points and things like that. They're not going to do this, but it'd be so cool if they could. And the next one. If Splatoon 3 has idle characters such as the Squid Sisters or Off the Hook, do you have any predictions for them?
I predict that it's probably going to be 2 girls again, because that seems to be what happens in the thing. And there will probably be like Mad Max style is what I think they'll probably be, because that is kind of the vibe that the trailer portrayed. However, what I would like very much is a masculine or a non-binary idol. I think that would be pretty epic, as well as like non-squid or octoling characters, not even like a playable character, because we see non-playable characters in other circumstances that are different species, so I think it'd be cool to mix up the species a lot more.
Well, I kind of want to see the idol characters in this game be like punk rock stars, because I think that would really fit the tone of the game. But instead of there just being 2 characters, it'd be like a whole band of characters, like just a whole band of rock stars just doing things. I think that would be cool. So there are idol characters, that's what I would imagine them to be in the game. So yeah.
My personal preference would be that both idols would be girls, like they had in the previous games. But it'd be cool if they could have a masculine or non-binary characters in the game, especially with the aforementioned non-binary colors in the logo. I think that's a very real possibility. So one other thing I was thinking of was, what if there are no new idol characters and they just bring back somebody from the first 2 games? Like how with Octo Canyon, that was about looking for Callie. So maybe in this one, you have like Marina and Pearl back, and the Squid Sisters are missing or something like that. I don't know if they'll go that route. They probably just want to make new characters, but like, who knows? And the final question. Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up this video?
Splatoon good.
Yeah.
Yay, Splatoon good. Bye everybody. Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Good night.
But yeah, I am really excited for Splatoon 3. 2022 can't come soon enough, so yeah, I'm really excited for this. That's all I have to say. So, thank you all so much for watching today's discussion video. I've been Lady Garrett, you, and they are...
Thank you, man.
I'm Pie, sorry. I blinked out. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Oh no, I wasn't recording. I'm just kidding.
I swear to God.